Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I would clean that bone about as good as anything.
Matt Hayes.
The guys they had last year, terrible.
And Leon Searcy.
Mama know that when you get to camp, you ain't going to see a lot of big daddy.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Well, they're definitely looking for big daddies, big bodies up there in Indianapolis, that's for sure. Mason Graham being one of them that did have some things to say about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Also had some things to say about the Ohio State Buckeyes, which was good. But welcome in a hump day. Golf Club of Southampton Wednesday. Gorgeous weather today. This is what you want. Those cool mornings, just a little bit of cool temperatures, and then it just turns into a sunsplash 70-degree day, which is just awesome. So the Golf Club of Southampton were just a few Wednesdays away from the 9 after 5 cranking back up with the brand new Skins game and everything else going on at the Golf Club of Southampton. So we'll be telling you all about that. You can definitely go on out now and enjoy some great golf. Just call 287-PLAY. Now, we get rolling. We're going to talk combine and everything, but just as we open up the show, Big Sirs, Maddie was talking about Rod Stewart last night at Daly's place.
Oh, yeah. Did you go?
Put on a show?
Bro. 80 years old. He crushed it.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
Do you
2
remember,
hours.
You remember all the lyrics? You didn't miss any of the lyrics?
None, bro.
Good
He
for
played
you.
stuff from Faces. He played a Muddy Waters song.
Yeah.
He played all his classics. I mean, like, he played some rare cuts that you wouldn't really think he would play.
Did he spin and did it take all day?
Took 2 hours, bro.
I'm talking about when he, like, spinned around.
No,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
He's in good shape.
I'm
He's
just
in
checking,
good
you know.
Let me tell you something. Not only is he in good shape.
He
He did play mandolin wind,
Yeah.
dude. He
Yeah.
did.
Nice.
Which was impressive. Bro, he had this diamond wristwatch on. I'm telling you right now, I bet that thing was worth at least $20,000, at least.
Yeah.
And then on the other wrist, a diamond bracelet that was thicker than the watchman.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, you know, he's all decked out. He's all
Rich man with
sequenced
bling.
out. Right,
Yeah,
he is.
yeah.
You know what? I love the older guys that still got it and can still move. And, you know, like I told you, Doobie Brothers, when the Doobies played at Daly's, they were phenomenal.
Yeah. Rod looked like he could move. I was impressed.
yeah.
I really was.
I'm trying to remember Rod Stewart's song. Give me a moment. Wait a minute.
He was just that good.
Forever Young.
Yeah.
There it
He
is.
played
All
Forever
right.
Young.
That good soft rock guy.
Okay, yeah, he was soft rock. All right.
Yeah. Just keep that
Maggie
going
and
all
all
the time.
them. Just really, really
He played
good.
Ooh La La last night.
Yeah.
That's a classic, too, man.
Oh,
A 2-hour show?
Yeah, 2 hours, man.
yeah.
Good. Nice, bro.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. If you enjoyed it last night, let us know. You can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010. Jump in on the Jags Combine Convo. You can do it on YouTube. Easily log on to YouTube and stream the show. We would love for you guys to hang out with us, kind of get we've been treated to a lot of analysis from our draft nicks that are out there that kind of throw mocks at us. Leon does his Monday mock. We're all going to be doing our mocks as we get closer and closer to the draft. But this is the day that you start to zero in on what these prospects are looking like. They're going to get not on the grass. Let's just say on the turf. Because I'm an artificial turf guy just as much as I'm a grass guy. And so they're going to be on the turf. And so we're talking about what numbers look like with them. But really the whole buzz this entire week has been the introduction of the general manager, the coming together of this entire coaching staff, the strength and conditioning department improved with the hiring of Ciano from Buffalo. Tony Vaselli tells a great story with Frank Frangie earlier when he was on with him about how they got the strength and conditioning coach to come from Buffalo, who had been bounced from Buffalo and then comes down here, and we're going to see if he can turn things around. Bigger, faster, stronger, that's what we're after. And we're just going to see if he can actually do some of that, because I do think bigger and stronger, you still need to have faster. Do you not, Leon?
Yeah, absolutely.
You still need to be faster.
Listen, I mean, the conditioning coach is just as important as the assistant coaches, because, we talked all along about how this team in the fourth quarter failed. That could be conditioning as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you may play games on Sunday, but how you temper your body during the off season has a lot to play into how you go along in the season. Plus, the conditioning coach keeps you afloat during the season as far as your weight goes and your strength goes and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you can blame a lot of people for the failures of the Jaguars team, and you just add the weightlifting coach on the list too.
So I don't really want to say this because I'm starting to sound like July Joe.
Uh-oh.
Come on, man. There's nothing wrong with being a little optimistic.
I don't really want to be this guy because I try to be like the guy that
a
more evened out.
reasonable journalist.
It's more evened out on the show
you're-
between you two, like pom-pom wavers.
You're in your own kayak.
Hey, I could be accused of being a lint licker. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it kind of is looking like they're aligned right now. It kind of looks like the head coach, who we don't know if he's going to succeed or not. We have no idea.
Right.
And the GM also, we don't have any idea. But yesterday, what James Gladstone said when he was asked about Trevor Lawrence, and the first words out of his mouth, it starts by protection.
Mm-hmm.
Protecting your quarterback. He didn't say we got to put receivers around him, or we got to run better routes, or we got to catch the ball, or he's got to make better throws. He starts with, we have to protect him.
I love that now Matt might become enamored with the guy because he's mentioned protection.
Yes, well, so did
the-
Liam Cohen. The first thing he said.
affecting and the protecting. That's his deal. That's where he's drilled down more than anywhere else.
Well, I mean, this has been my thing all along. Think about last year. They knew they were going to extend Trevor Lawrence. They knew they were going to pay top dollar for him, even though he only had half a season of work. That really you could say, okay, that was worth it. So they spent $275 million on this cat, and then say, we're good on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not only are we good on the offensive line that played one game together the previous season and got whipped in the one game they played together, okay, by a terrible team with the playoffs on the line. Not only did they leave that line intact, okay?
Yeah, we've been over
They
it.
extended
Yep.
the left guard for $30 million, all right? They kept the left tackle, Cam Robinson.
There's the Ezra insert right there.
They kept the left tackle, Cam Robinson, until they finally traded him.
We've
But
been down this road.
more important,
Yeah.
they didn't draft an offensive lineman until the fourth round, a guy that didn't even play this year.
Yeah.
So this guy comes in,
And
James
you guys
Gladstone,
thought they were going to
says-
run it back and keep him
Right.
there.
This guy says it starts by protection.
Yeah.
They're picking an offensive lineman at 5. I'm telling you right now they are. They are picking an offensive lineman at 5.
Well, I think they're looking at both sides of the ball because Mason Graham at the fifth spot. As a matter of fact, Abdul Carter's another guy that's meeting with the Jaguars. I don't know exactly where he's going to fall. He could go number 1. He could go 2, 3, or 4. But Abdul Carter is one of the more exciting guys off the edge to watch. And this team has been throwing darts at that position with Josh Hines-Allen, with Trayvon Walker. But heck, if they got Abdul Carter, I wouldn't be
Right.
mad
Let
about
me
it.
be very. Wait. Let me put an addendum here. If Abdul Carter somehow falls to 5, then you take Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's falling to 5. If Travis Hunter somehow falls to 5, you take Travis Hunter.
I think Travis Hunter is extremely appealing.
I mean, when did this team get to the point where they could take best available? We got needs, bro.
Right.
Needs.
But I got news for you. They got to need a corner too.
Wait, see, you're
They gotta
in,
need a
you're,
corner,
you're
they
in-
gotta need an
you're
edge.
you're in the dealership, and you're supposed to go in and buy in the truck, and you going there and getting the Corvette.
No, the Suburban's going by at that point, not the Corvette. The Suburban is also in need. The Suburban's also in need at
What happened to
the
what happened to
Chevy.
your big?
One quick story pops to mind. The way I knew that my mother-in-law approved of me, okay, with TLD, one of the greatest moments in my life when I wasn't there, they went to buy a washer and dryer. And they left with a big screen TV.
Love it.
Okay,
Love it.
And,
Love it.
and it was all thanks to the mother-in-law. Okay, the great Alice, Mimi. She's like, "Wouldn't Joe love that?" And they walked out. And so I understand you can get googly-eyed over that shiny new toy, which is Travis Hunter. But you still need to make sure that you've got the
He's not
washer
going
and
to 5
dryer
anyway.
on that football
He's
team.
not going to 5 anyway. I mean,
I feel like-
the best case scenario for the Jags is if someone really gets enamored with Cam Ward and takes him at 1. And then you've got him going 1. You got Travis Hunter going 2. Let's say Abdul Carter is going 3. You got a chance then to get a legit big body.
Yeah, because now the discussion is going to be Will Campbell. Where will he go? We're going to be debating this bad boy all
Tell
the way
Joe
up
what I
until
showed
the
you
end of
yesterday
April.
about Will Campbell,
Yeah.
Leon. The squat.
Oh yeah. He's a powerful guy.
616 pounds he was squatting.
That's not
LSU
bad.
put it out.
Jalen Hurts does that like it's nothing.
Yeah, mine was 700 in college. But
Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, don't be fooled by that.
700?
700.
Yeah, don't be fooled by that.
Oh, then
six.
I'm not so impressed by it.
No, you should be. You should be. I mean, he's taller. I'm sure that has a wider trunk.
But take a look at what
700?
700.
Take a look at what Derrick Henry and Jalen Hurts and those cats are doing. But the other part of it is I have to go back and look, but I kind of remember Will Campbell being handled by a couple of defensive
Yeah,
fronts.
he did.
Yeah.
And so
Not handled. He certainly
yeah, you're right.
had
you're
problems
right.
in some
He got
games.
work sometimes.
It wasn't a 50-50 game, but he definitely got worked a few times.
Yeah, it was more like 70-30.
I mean, the concern with him at left tackle is his arm length. He doesn't have really good arm length.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And how much is that in play? I don't know. I mean, it's important, especially at the tackle position. But if you got the proper leverage on anybody, you can get your hands inside to stop them. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So and he may go inside to guard. You don't know.
He may.
But this is going to be the battle of the debate. And the only thing I hope I'm going to be consistent with this. My counter to you guys or to Matt saying they're going to take an offensive lineman at 5 is that if they believe right now that they're set at tackle, they're not going offensive lineman at 5. They're just not. They're going to go offensive lineman interiorly high in the draft, but not at 5, unless they believe Will Campbell can go inside and then ultimately take someone's spot. But they have put their money on Walker Little and Anton Harrison. Now, they may have gotten the deal, and it's affordable and all that kind of stuff, but that's where they put their money right now on Walker with his extension, and then obviously Anton's still playing off.
Yeah, I would rather them
contract.
fix the interior.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Interior
yeah,
offensive
me
line.
too.
I mean, those guys are serviceable. The right and the left tackle. Interiorly, that's what the concern is.
Yeah.
So you trade back then and you try and get Gray Zabel at like, I don't know, 13?
You could. Yeah.
Try and get another pick,
but
another
listen,
pick in the first round or
Yeah,
get
but-
picks where you can move it back
Mason-
into the first round?
Yeah, but Mason Graham he's disruptive, bro. I mean, I watched the game against Ohio State and became a fan. Him and Trent.
Yeah.
Both of them.
I'm with you. I mean, big body. I'm
Big
fine with that.
bodies.
So here's another. This is a sidebar because Matt said Abdul Carter will not make it to 5. Now, he's 6'3", 250.
Right?
So he's not necessarily that guy, especially if it's going to be a four down, 4-man front. And I like what I see from this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But is he, based on what you've seen, Leon, a guy that can
Listen,
win?
anytime they got the comparison to Michael Parsons, you got to take notice.
He does look really good.
You got to take notice. I mean, he's 6'3", 250, man. I mean,
Come
great-
on, bro.
great
Nolan
get-up.
Smith is 6'2.5".
Well,
245.
Honestly, the one guy I was thinking of is here in a Jaguars uniform was Unique. Unique was 6'3". Now, he was a later draft.
If you could get Nolan Smith and stick him on the edge, what would you say?
I'd be pretty fired up about it.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's kind of what Abdul Carter is.
But let's just not assign greatness to these guys, okay? Let's see them do it
I'm not assigning. All I'm saying is Nolan Smith.
on an NFL field.
Nolan Smith didn't do it in college. He
Right,
was
exactly, 'cause
he
that-
was
that-
hit and miss.
That's what I was going to follow up with.
Whereas
is that
Abdul Carter has done it
he's been
consistently.
very consistent. He really has. All right, so you guys chime in, 641-1010. Get the text line heated up by Lifetime Enclosures with some of your thoughts, and then also on YouTube, jump in the chat. But you have a lot of guys. You've got 2 quarterbacks that may take up, one quarterback that may take up one of the first 5 spots, which we can get into coming up here in just a bit. Is Cam Ward really all of that to convince the Tennessee Titans to take him? They've already semi-given up on Will Levis. So we'll get into that. And if that does happen, will that start to shape the rest of the draft, where now you're looking at 1 quarterback and then 4 other possibilities with that number 5 pick overall. We'll do it all. You guys jump in on it. Good conversation with Tony Vaselli and Frank Frangie earlier today when we get some of that sound. And then also what Gladstone and Cohen, that's the collection, the brain trust at the top, are doing up there in Indianapolis with the Combine.
Brunell
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell.
on the fade. Touchdown to Jimmy Smith.
You have found the best Jaguars coverage in Jacksonville on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Hey, poker fans, the action at the tables is hot at Best Bet with over $600,000 in promotions paid out this month. Don't miss out on table game giveaways, 24-karat gold day in Jacksonville, Insta-Pay boost at St. Augustine, and the daily high hand promotions at all 3 locations. Whether you're a poker pro or a newcomer to the game, everyone has a shot at winning big. Go all in and join us at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Duck Duck Rooter is currently hiring in all departments. We want great plumbers, CDL drivers, drain field installers, and lift station technicians. If you have experience in your trade and love to deliver a super high-quality level of customer service, you have found the right company. You will enjoy our benefits package that includes excellent weekly pay, paid holidays, health insurance, and working for the best in the industry. Apply at duckduckrooter.com. That's duckduckrooter.com. And click on the careers page. Duck Duck Rooter is an equal opportunity employer.
Take a radio boat ride with Captain Cabin on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Reeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services and awaken 180 weight loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166171, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite roofing contractor lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. a family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjacks.com.
Staying alive one night of the Bee Gees, a tribute like you've never seen before. Experience the songs and sights of a full Bee Gees playlist performed live March 6th at Jack Center for the Performing Arts. Tickets at fscjartistseries.org.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Off the field stuff, all about business. No one's really concerned about that, but I'm not a mysterious guy. You don't need to look deep into me to find out about me.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
One of the top prospects.
See what I'm saying, bro?
I've never heard the song.
Never have? Leon.
I wish that I knew what I know now.
Yeah, I had to hear the hook.
Yeah, that's a good one. Definitely a good one. And then
that was like third one.
And then also the talk from the podium up there in Indianapolis, will it be a good one? With all these top prospects, Mason Graham's one of the ones that we're zeroing in on, and then mentioning Will Campbell and Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter and all these guys. And will there be a quarterback that's going to be taken among those first five? People are projecting it that if you're looking at the Tennessee Titans, they've already said basically a big old fat no to Will Levis and him being the future of the franchise. That's just basically where they are right now. And a lot of people, as a result, are mocking Cam Ward as the number one overall pick.
So, yeah. And whether it's them or someone else, if it's someone else that trades up, and then for whatever reason, the Titans trade back up again to get the quarterback they've always wanted, Shedeur Sanders or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what's going to happen with the first 5 picks in that draft? You easily could have a Travis Hunter fall to them. You easily could have Mason Graham fall to them. You easily could have like Abdul Carter fall to them, depending on who badly wants a quarterback.
Yeah. Just as an example, Mel Kiper, and you can pan his selections or his intel, or you can make sure it's appointment viewing when he does unveil his mock draft. So this is the 2.0 that he unveiled yesterday, and he has Abdul Carter as the number one overall pick going to the Tennessee Titans. So they're picking what they think is one of the more important positions, pass rush, and they're passing on the quarterback because they say this guy has a higher draft grade. So then Cam Ward goes next to the Cleveland Browns because they still have a Deshaun Watson problem. They just don't know what they're going to do about it. He ruptures his Achilles again. And so who knows when he's going to be back. So they desperately need to answer the bell at quarterback. New York is right after them. New York still needs to figure out what they're going to do with quarterback.
Yeah.
And heck, they may be going and getting Matt Stafford when it's all said and done. We don't know. Or
they may get Shedeur.
Yeah, so they've got Travis Hunter, or Mel has Travis Hunter plugged in there. Shedeur falls a little bit to 7th to the New York Jets because they just said goodbye to Aaron Rodgers. So he has Abdul to the Titans, Cam Ward to Cleveland, Travis Hunter to the Giants, Will Campbell, offensive tackle to the New England Patriots. They believe they got to get someone to help Drake May. And then they've got Mason Graham. Mel has Mason Graham plugged in 5th. Ashton Genty, he has him as high as 6th. With the Vegas Raiders, which
is that like kind of because the NFL is moving back toward the run game?
Yeah,
see, it's what you said, bro. Copycat league.
It is.
There's no doubt that they do. They see what worked and they try and copycat as much as possible. I don't know if they go that high, but they might.
That would be insane.
It would be
good for him, man. That's a good.
But the Raiders are still not. They're not settled in any way, shape, or form at quarterback, and so Shedeur could end up in a Vegas Raider uniform before he ends up in a Jets uniform. That's 6 and 7. And
that's kind of my thing. Like if the Raiders get enamored with Shedeur or they get enamored with Cam, do they trade up?
Well, yeah, if they feel like they have to get.
Yeah.
Or actually, they might. They might have to, because if you feel like
you don't know what New York's doing.
All right, you don't know what Tennessee, Cleveland, or New York.
Yeah,
like
all three
of the three. That one can get one.
One is there. Yeah. Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. And then the other one, if you're okay grade-wise with both of them, they're already starting to knock Shedeur Sanders a little bit. This is what happens during this time of the year.
Wait till he throws at his pro
Yeah.
day.
Well,
in
basically
Colorado.
what happens is they build them up, tear them down, build them up, tear them down, build them back up. This is how it goes from the time the regular season ends to when they're finally selected.
No, well, that's what they do. I mean, it has a little bit to do with his daddy too.
Yeah.
You know, this is their opportunity.
ridiculous.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but it has a little bit to do with his daddy. Primetime being this iconic figure, and his son's underneath his umbrella, and so they're going to. But the kid's a phenomenal player, absolutely phenomenal. He has all the credentials, the pedigree, the toughness, the games. Now they went from 4 wins his first time there to 9 wins this year.
I love his toughness.
Yeah, I love his absolutely. Listen, you have to be tough when over the last 2 years you've been sacked like 90-something times. I mean, I know. I think his first year starting in Colorado, he got sacked like close to 60.
He does not complain either, man.
Yeah, and then this year he got 33. Something.
Well, that's because Pops is coaching. He can't complain.
No, it's not that though. He's not like that. He never says anything like subtle.
He's been a classy kid.
He does
well,
not
his thing
complain
is they say he's not athletic and he doesn't have a strong arm.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And like you
driving the
can't
football.
like just run out of the pocket and reset like you can in the you can't do that in the NFL. That's sort of what he did in college.
His arm was plenty strong to me, man.
Yeah, but
Okay?
the big
You're
knock
not an
is
NFL scout.
Yeah.
Well, I know. You're right. I'm not.
Yeah, but the
doesn't mean I can't be or wouldn't be better than some of the ones that are out there now. Believe me.
Maybe.
we solve a lot of problems on this show. Problems that we're not in charge of, but we can definitely solve them. But the book on him is that with that protection breaking down, he will improvise, move out. NFL defenses will swallow you up so fast, and driving the ball, finding those little seam routes to where he can hit the open guy. That's at least what they're saying right now.
No, there's always exceptions. I mean, Jaden Daniels looked pretty good. They worried about his frame and
They're worried about his arm strength
too. I mean, he looked pretty damn dynamic in the championship game. Well, maybe not so much the championship game.
No, we did the championship game
Well,
too.
the playoff game before that when they went up to Detroit and annihilated him. Yeah, he looked pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny. We argued about him all day long about whether he'd be big enough, and he still may not hold up when it's all said and done. It's just 1 year, but it was a staggeringly good year.
Well,
so fun to
And
watch.
he would certainly be he would have been the number 1 pick this year.
Yeah, if it
easily.
Jaden
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I mean,
all right,
should have been the first pick last year, actually.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, hindsight, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Shadur's not much bigger than him, though, if you think about it. Shadur needs to put on some weight, too.
Jaden Daniels is cat quick.
Right. No,
It's
no,
like
I
a
agree.
super athlete.
No, I'm not comparing the two at all. I'm just saying if what JJ's saying is the criticism is his arm strength, I mean, we've all watched him play. His arm looks plenty strong to me, man.
Yeah.
Plenty strong.
Yeah, it's just this is the classic line, and maybe Denny will talk about this next week when we see a little bit more from the combine, our quarterback whisperer, but it's those out routes, and it's trying to drive the ball in traffic when you're trying to hit either a post or a seam or however. I don't want to get too technical because I
Right. He doesn't have Carson Beck arm strength. I'm not saying that, but I think his arm strength is good enough to play in the NFL.
All right, so the right guard from Arizona, Big Jonah, is one of our texters' suggestions, and that may come a little bit later in the draft. I don't know exactly where he would be mocked, but he's been brought up. Savanea, is that how you say his name? And then another one, actually multiple ones chiming in. Will Campbell got whooped by the Gators. Banks played better than him, on and on and on as far as knocks on him. And like I said, Will Campbell, if you see him as a guard, you got to make sure he's physical enough to be that player, because bowling balls and butcher knives inside, is that what it is?
Yeah, man. Listen, inside is for grown folks.
Yeah.
If you ain't used to it, don't get down in there. I'm telling you, that's a pack of wolves down there. But you're talking about 6'3", 340 all day long, and sometimes you got to take them on by yourself.
Every snap.
Every snap.
And this cat
in a phone booth.
Yes.
And Savanea he did play tackle at Arizona, if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he is a Samoan, and if we know anything about them, they're strong human beings.
Yes.
Okay, and he's 6'3".
I've had my tussle with a few.
He's
I didn't win at all.
He's 6'3", 339. Leon.
He's what?
6'3", 339.
Oh, see, that's what you need right there. That's when I talk about furniture movers.
That's big ass.
That's what I'm talking about right there. I need a
big asses and big thighs. Yeah.
I need a squatty body.
Yeah.
Somebody to get those people out the club. That's what you want.
And if you're 6'3" or 6'4" and squatty, even better.
Even better, bro.
Yep. All right.
That has run game written all over
Like
it.
you're not moving someone like that, and you're not getting around him quickly either.
So here's another lineman question real quick. Big Search, you're going to answer this one off the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. The regime of Tony, Liam, James makes me think they're going to move Anton to left. What do you think?
Anton Harrison to left. Well, I mean, he came out of college. He played left. I mean, it would be what would be the reason to move him to left?
I don't see one right now.
I mean, you just play Walker. You would play Walker Little.
My answer back to the texter is if Anton was lights out good this past year, then I'd say he's the better of the two, and his natural position in college was left. I'd take a look at it. But he didn't have a great second season. That's the only reason why I'm
him to
No.
left.
Yeah.
And you also, here's the concern about moving him to left from right. Now, right tackles get paid big money, like your guy from Detroit, Penei Sue. I mean, he got like $130 million. But you move him to left, he's going to want left tackle money if he plays well.
Well, not only that, why he's played there for 2 years. Why are you trying to reinvent the wheel all the time? Just leave him at right tackle
and make him better.
Coach him better.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, coach him better. If you coach him better, then you got him. Then you got a staple over there at right tackle where you ain't got to look for the next 5-10 years. Just coach better.
All right, D-Phrase from McClenny. Can we trade back, get Debo from the 49ers, take their first, and get an inside O-lineman? Or trade the first for Myles Garrett, and take an offensive lineman early second or third. You're going to have to pay a
Wait a second. You think we're going to get Debo and the 49ers
Well,
one?
he's saying or.
For their
or,
one?
Or.
Okay.
Yeah. And so whatever you do with that, if you do want to deal with that fifth pick to go acquire a proven individual, you're giving up a major piece of draft capital, and you're having to pay that cat that you're bringing in mighty big piles of cash. That's going to make it tough.
You just paid the guy $170 million. Do your job. How about that?
Yeah.
You don't need him.
I'm okay with that,
if
too.
The guy you just paid $170 million does his job.
Right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that being your answer because this team does need to get better with the guys they have under contract. I would love to see Myles Garrett.
What do you think he'll cost?
Myles Garrett?
Yeah, he's going to cost multiple first.
Yeah.
And then the
2
pay
first
range.
and then 34 a year?
35. Yeah, 34. 35. Yeah.
Okay, so how about this?
You think he'll cost more than like the 5th overall pick?
You could argue
and maybe a couple, like the 5th overall pick and another first. That's wild.
At least that's.
I mean, you could make an argument he's the best. He's the best defensive end in the league, right?
Yeah, you would put
he's
him
gonna
instantly
at least
up.
2 ones.
Yeah, you'd put him instantly up with a healthy Nick Bosa, a healthy T.J. Watt, those types of guys.
You just don't see NFL trades with 2 firsts.
Well, if we think about it, you go back to the Jalen Ramsey deal, and you go back to the Matt Stafford deal. If you're talking about a game-changing individual at a really important position, now maybe if you're picking in the top 5, you're not willing to give up 2 first. It may be somebody picking in the teens or beyond that would be willing to do that. But that would be the asking price.
Plus, if you're going to
And then he walks in ready to pick up a $35 million contract a year.
Yeah.
That's pricey.
You also like if you're gonna get the picks from somebody for a guy like that.
Yeah.
You also got to not draft K'Lavon Chaisson.
We know how much this team sucked. We're talking about the future going forward. I mean, my gosh, man, they tried and they sucked at it, okay? When they decided that they had extra draft capital in the first round due to the Jalen Ramsey trade, they went and got K. Flippin' Lavon and ETN.
Listen, Chaisson got a sack on us, by the way. Why you cracking jokes?
All right.
That might be the all-time, you trade away a guy who's the best corner in the league at that time, and you just completely blow it.
The all-time is you trade him away and you draft C.J. Henderson in the top 10.
Also bad, right?
Okay, to replace him. How'd that go? All right, so anyway, I'm looking to the future, man. I ain't looking back into the D.C., which was the Dave Caldwell era. Dave, I don't want to go back there. Okay, that was one of his.
Not here.
Thank you.
Trent's not here either. That's good.
Let's keep it going. We got plenty of draft talk to get into with you. Do it. Keep it coming. 641-1010 or in the YouTube. Jump on the chat. We're going to talk TPC, or I should say TPC Sawgrass with the Players Executive Director, Lee Smith, coming up on XL Primetime.
The world will be watching Ponte Vedra.
And the Scheffler victory train just keeps on rolling.
Get live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates.
Teed up by Roundtree Sauce,
Surfside Pools,
and Performance Painting.
On 1010XL.
February is Cancer Prevention Month, and Ackerman Cancer Center will help you take charge of your well-being. Their new location at World Golf Village off I-95 now provides screenings for prostate, bladder, and colorectal cancers. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Reclaim a pain-free life with Rebound Rehab. If you've been injured or simply feeling the effects of an active life, you can rely on Rebound Rehabilitation to get you back in the game. Sitting on the sidelines isn't any fun. Trust Rebound Rehab's team of trained physical therapists to get you back up to speed and feeling full again. Now more convenient than ever. 11 locations to serve you, including new offices in Riverside across from St. Vincent's, Point Meadows, and Middleburg. Just log on to reboundrehab.com to see all they've got to offer.
James Weldon Johnson, the American writer as well as civil rights activist, was born in Jacksonville, Florida in June of 1871. He was a secretary with the NAACP in 1917 and became one of the organization's most decorated leaders. He and his brother penned the widely popular song Lift Every Voice and Sing, a piece that's an anthem and an inspiration to African Americans. I'm RJ Saunders, and this Black History Month profile is brought to you by Instant Keys, fast professional locksmith service.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 26, 1987, Chicago Bulls Michael Jordan scored 58 points in a regular season game, breaking the Bulls' record for most points scored in one game.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Yo, E.T. here. And are you looking for some good food, outdoors fun, and plenty to do? My old stomping grounds in Clay County is the place to be. Check out Clay's diverse local restaurants. They have barbecue, seafood, and Latin restaurants that hit the spot. Paddle alongside the scenic waterways. Cast a line or hit the trail. And the events. There's always something to do for you and the fam. Check out exploreclay.com to plan your next adventure. And when you do, make sure you hashtag ExploreClay on social.
I'm Carl. I'm 68 years old, and I lost 40 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. And looking at pictures, I realized that my color wasn't good. I looked bloated, constantly tired, out of breath. It got to the point where I decided it was time to pick up the phone and call Awaken 180. The combination of the diet and the coaching really pushed me over the top. My self-confidence soared. I'm walking, I'm working out. Instead of 68, I feel like I'm 28. I just had my annual physical, and my doctor looked at my blood pressure and he said, "What did you do? What happened?" And I explained that I'm on the Awaken 180 program. I've never felt so good in my life. And as somebody that sometimes likes to take the shortcut, I didn't have to do that with this program. Awaken 180 is my solution for weight loss.
Carl's solution for weight loss, my solution for weight loss. Matt Hayes here. Lower blood pressure, increased confidence, feeling years younger. Want the same results? Then do what we did and make your own at Awaken180weightloss.com.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
Before termites attack your home or business and cause costly damage, Terminix it. At Terminix, we know how to stop termites. These destructive pests have been around for millions of years, but before they show up, so do we. And their time is up. Don't live with a termite problem? Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com. Terminix it.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Always having a good time, and I have a better time when it's beautiful weather outside. Wouldn't you guys agree with that?
Absolutely.
A better time when we are not stuck in Indiana. And with apologies to Indiana, because I know I occasionally attack the Midwest, but I love them up there.
I've got some good friends in Indiana.
Okay, I love them up there. I should not do that. But I know that this is Ponte Vedra weather. This is TPC Sawgrass weather. Let's say hello to the executive director of the Players who dreams of this type of weather for a full week. Lee Smith joins us as we talk all things golf and getting ready. Are we a dozen days away, Lee? Is that right?
We're getting there, absolutely. You know, Tuesday, the March 11th is day one, Military Appreciation Day. But, you know, prior to that, Joe, we got opening weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where we open up the fan shop for, you know, everybody to get their shopping and gifts in early so they can wear them the following week. So we're only 8 days from being show ready in the fan shop. We're excited.
I do love it. I do love it. We're going to make sure that you give the details with that, because they do get to come in early and get into that big merch tent, which is right behind 17, and it's just awesome. But let's at least set the table with the tour. And I was rooting, I'll admit it, Lee, I was rooting for this a bit chubby South African, Aldrich Potgieter, a 20-year-old.
That's not his name.
Oh, it's Aldrich Potgieter. And I'm telling you, he is fun. He leads the field in driving distance and leads the tour this season in driving distance, 336 yards, Lee. How many shots does it take for you to get to 336 yards? I'm guessing only a driver and a wedge.
Well, hey, it's more than one. Let's look at it that way. And I would tell you this: I hit it a lot closer off the tee to Brian Campbell, who ended up winning that golf tournament in the playoff, than Aldrich Potgieter. But to see the excitement of the Mexico Open,
it was awesome.
And leading into now the Florida swing. But I don't know that we've ever seen, a two-man playoff with the longest hitter in the field against the shortest hitter in the field. The spread was about 50 yards, I think, in their carry distance. And to think that, David and Goliath and David came out on top with a lucky bounce from out of bounds, but that's the way golf goes.
Now, Lee, have there been any changes to the golf course comparable to what it was last year?
Yeah, great question, Leon. We did make some changes, not radical changes that the fan would maybe notice right away, but we added about 40 or 50 yards. Changed some angles on the tee shots to where you got to curve the ball a little bit more on our par 5 holes 2, 11, and 16. And then maybe one that is prominent for those that have played the golf course many times. Pete Dye was our architect back in the early 80s with the golf course opening in 1982. And one of the symbols he left behind was a tree on hole number 6 that you almost had to feel like you hit under when you were playing that golf hole. It's in the middle of the front 9. Not one of the holes that people necessarily describe from just seeing it on TV. But we lost that tree in 2014, and we ended up finding a tree on that same hole that really resembled it, and we transplanted it in early July. So This will be the first tournament that tree has been returned. It won't be a prominent part of the week's story, but we will certainly tell the story of why Pete Dye intentionally left that really iconic symbol, and why we thought it very important to bring that back. So, yeah, some good course changes, all kind of driven by the last 20 years of data and technology, but then one really symbolic that's kind of a throwback to our architect.
All right, so speaking of important things from the past, you've got a two-time champion come in. Marketing-wise, are you guys going to do anything to push the potential three-peat? And if Scotty does win 3 in a row, will there be a different kind of celebration, a unique celebration? Have you thought about that yet?
Absolutely. We are, you may not call us superstitious, but we're probably a little bit stitious. So we don't want to, bring upon any bad luck to Scotty or do anything ahead of time that would, that would harm his chances. That being said, he certainly is trending nicely, taking a couple weeks off, coming back to API where he won last year, and then certainly back here to try to make that three-peat. We've got a few surprises up our sleeves that we won't necessarily share on the radio, but it certainly has been one of those things that's been exciting for us to think about and really just ideate around what was possible. I mean, think about it.
You can share one of them, Lee. Go ahead, share one of them.
It's well, people will see it on social media. That's where I'll that's where I'll share it.
Fair
it's it's only think last year that Matt, that we've never had a back-to-back champion in 50 years of the tournament, and now the following year we're thinking about a three-peat. It's certainly exciting, and hope Scotty can get it done.
Yeah, it's funny. The Hound reporter in Matt Hayes just took over right there, just to make sure. All right, a couple more for Lee Smith, the executive director of the Players. You can go to theplayers.com to keep up with everything, particularly when it comes to ticketing, parking, and so on. But going back to Leon's question and what you said, that's the beautiful thing about the stadium course is that Brian Campbell, who had never had a top 10 finish before on the PGA Tour ever, was able to duel with the longest hitter on tour. And so when you think of whatever subtle changes that you guys have had over, say, from last year to this year, and I'm thinking of the 12th maybe, do you feel like it's still that classic test, Lee? Every club in your bag, you've got to have a good handle on all those shots?
No doubt about it, Joe. I think one thing for the fans, when they come out and watch this golf course and golf tournament in person and also on TV, you've got to have every shot. You look at our lineage of champions, and we're celebrating quite a few of them this year. We're excited to welcome back Hal Sutton and his 25th year anniversary. Wow. A big story of Calvin Pete's 40th anniversary will be on the telecast. Ricky Fowler's owns the Island Green 10th anniversary. Lee Trevino is going to be on site, his 45th anniversary. But yeah, we the fans being able to witness the golf course, a short hitter like Tim Clark and Fred Funk winning this golf tournament versus long hitters like Tiger and beyond. High ball, low ball, left to right, right to left. I mean, it calls for every shot in your bag, and it's not just the number one player in the world that wins here. It's the person that's playing the best that week, and that's what makes even what Scotty has accomplished the last 2 years even more special.
All right, so give everybody some of those important details as far as what you've got to be or what they've got to be thinking about as we get closer, especially when you said because we'll have shows out there Friday, I believe, with Helmets and Heels next Friday when they open up the merchandise tent.
Yeah, absolutely. We, one of the things that we've always tried to do is extend the week of the Players. And a few years ago started opening weekend and next Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 10 to 4, the golf shop and fan shop is open to the public, free parking. bring out the family. We'll have food trucks. We'll have, opportunities to kind of sit around and eat and enjoy the merchandise. We've got local vendors that'll be in there. Some stuff that probably won't last past opening weekend, quite honestly, because we've done small exclusive runs with some vendors. So really going to be an exciting time. And then that leads right into Tuesday, Military Appreciation, one of our favorite days of the week, that allows us to really celebrate, what is a large military community here in Northeast Florida, with some surprise reunions, some surprise gifting, and then obviously culminated by country music star Jordan Davis playing a concert from 5 to 6. So, certainly look forward to everybody coming out on opening weekend, buy their gear for the following week, and then come out the following week to enjoy the tournament.
Going to be awesome, and I'm not even going to look at that extended forecast. I'm just going to keep thinking about sunshine, Lee. That's all we're going to do.
I'm doing it for you, Joe. But I'll keep looking at it, but I won't. It goes back to that stitious part. I won't talk about it. But hey, 70 degrees and sunshine today is beautiful. We'll take all of that we can handle.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you. We'll talk to you next week. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Lee Smith, Executive Director of the Players, and you do have a chance to pick up. What do we got? We got Wednesday?
No. Ooh. Way cooler than that. Not that that's a bad prize, but I have a pair of tickets to Thursday. Official first round of the Players Championship, and a $25 gift card to one of my wife's favorite places, Bonefish Grill.
All right, so here's my question. Okay.
I knew you'd have one.
And we'll do it in honor of the first round. As JJ just said, these are Thursday round Players tickets with Bonefish. Name 2 players that shared the lead. Actually, let me amend that. 3 players that shared the lead after the first round a season ago. 641-1010. You call JJ. You have the correct answer. The 3 players that shared the lead after the first round, and you'll get hooked up with those tickets right here on XL Primetime.
A symphony of sweat, grit, and glory. Dive into the action and live the moments. For play-by-play, it's 1010XL.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
I'm Chris Campione. In a world of big box law firms with satellite offices, there's something special about having a local legal team that cares about you and your community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. We understand the unique challenges facing the Jacksonville community because we live here too. At Campione Law, Campione Cares isn't just a tagline, it's our commitment to you. Campione Law, your trusted lawyers after an accident. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
If you've played sports or still lead an active life, chances are joint pain is nothing new. This is Dr. George Bari of Bari Orthopedics, and we like to be your option when it comes to taking care of your body and getting back in the game. From shoulders to elbows to hip and knee pain, Bari Orthopedics can diagnose and treat a variety of injuries that are causing you pain. We are Bari Orthopedics and online at bariorthopedics.com. With more than 30 years of experience, our team is here to care for your entire family.
Find out more at bariorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
When they were little, the other girls played with dolls.
Aww.
They played with footballs.
Who's them? Yes, it's us.
Helmets and heels.
From the First Coast Lighting Studios at 1010XL.
Weekdays noon to 2.
Some girls have all the fun.
AA Automotive helps keep your vehicle in dependable and safe condition. Call Sam, Harry, or Joe, and they'll check your brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and motor, so your ride runs smooth on the road. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Here's Ben and John Lupo, owners of Beards Diamonds.
It's funny, my dad has sold people engagement rings, and now I'm selling their kids engagement rings and anniversary gifts and birthday gifts.
We're blessed with the relationships we've built over the years.
Check out our full inventory at beardsdiamonds.com.
Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
HVAC system not doing its job? Don't panic. Call the pros at Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Dial 904-862-6769 now and let our friendly team handle the dirty work so you don't have to.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Open early and open late. Dailies is always there, making things easy for you to cruise in and cruise out. So hit Dailies Cold Case the next time you're craving a cold one. Bud Light by the case. Plus plenty of singles to choose from. Corona to the King of Beers to Stella or a Natty. They're all cold at Dailies.
Where on your body is the weenus? The answer next.
When you call Southern Oak and file a claim, you'll be handled by our hand-picked vendors who will analyze any roof, storm, or water damage. It'll save money for you.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The weenus is your elbow skin and can be pinched as hard as you want, and it will never cause pain.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents. Look no further, though, than I-9 Sports, covering Duval, St. John's, and Clay to get your youngster in the game. Spring and summer registration open right now for flag football, soccer, t-ball, and basketball, plus all new girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows. I-9 Sports with fields and gyms all over 3 counties. And the best thing is I-9 Sports offers sports year-round so kids can always find a sport to play. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
I'm Max Fink, here with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. On Liam Cohen's journey to becoming a head coach, he went through 2 of the premierly ran organizations in football with 2 great head coaches, but also excellent staff surrounding them, where success feeds the NFL like a pipeline. At the Combine, Liam Cohen sat down with Mike Florio and Chris Sims of NBC's Pro Football Talk, where he praised the coaches that he learned so much from being with the Rams and the Buccaneers.
When you go to LA in those years, it was like getting your PhD in coaching. I learned so much about defensive football there. So first of all, you're with Sean, and then the guys that come through there, Zach Taylor, Kevin O'Connell, Jed Fish, and that's really, those are the guys that you're learning from. And then this past year with Todd Bowles, I learned so much from Todd, just the steady consistency to just go truly be yourself, and the rest will take care of itself.
It's 76 degrees at 2:59. Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Bari and Bari, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
Doncic, wow, behind the head. Reeves wide open. Luka Magic defense by LeBron. He's got Christie down there in the blender, and James buries it with 2 hands. Again, Doncic, the ground game. No,
It was a scene last night. There is no doubt about it. And camera angles were aplenty because everyone was trying to get a reaction after something great that Luka did, the look of a maverick, be it the general manager, be it one of his old teammates or whatever.
I even saw Mark Cuban sideline shot and with like a smirk on his face.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I left you guys in charge of this bad boy, and this is what you've done. When I was in charge, we won. And now you trade away the best player. Bottom line is, Luka goes for a triple. LeBron definitely is starting to feel, and both of these guys have their basketball in their hands when they're bringing it up. But Luka maybe a little bit more last night. Anyway, excellent performance from the Lakers.
Oh, yeah, triple-double. He was a facilitator. Wasn't as efficient as far as scoring the ball, but anytime you get a triple-double against your old team.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of, I mean, he was shipped away, essentially. The best player on the team was shipped away, and he played a great game. Now, LeBron, man, JJ was talking about this in the presser, and LeBron dominated the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked like 35 LeBron instead of 40 LeBron.
He's been playing excellent defense for like 2 months.
Yes.
I don't know if it'll be able to last till, through May, but, man, he looks great.
Yeah, it takes pressure off of him. There's 2 guys that obviously are willing scorers and can run the floor very, very well.
Matt wants to crush him. Go ahead. What's your
crushed him? I'm just saying, I'm interested to see when the playoffs begin who becomes the guy they go to with 8 points.
Yeah. And they'll go back and forth. And by the way, they probably will be a little infighting, a little give me the ball.
And Luka's a much better scorer than LeBron.
Yeah. I think LeBron will defer.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah, and he has before. He did it. And deferring to AD was a totally different deal. But he would defer to Kyrie. So let's not forget that.
But AD held true to his name.
Right, because, LeBron.
Street clothes.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, he was in street clothes watching. They gave him a pregame, ceremony.
Oh, yeah. They love it.
Which I guess if he wins the ring,
yeah,
whatever. It's not like they're retiring his jersey or anything.
There are some guys that want the ball in their hand at the end of the game. LeBron
has
so much.
Oh my gosh,
dude! Did you? First of all, you haven't watched a regular season NBA game in probably 30 years.
Not true. It's not true.
Second of all, last night LeBron literally did that in the fourth quarter. He took over when they had to, when the game is close, and won it for them.
Bro, it's a regular season game. Come on.
I'm just so what?
Yeah, exactly. They both matter. That's how you get to the postseason. So it does matter.
I didn't realize he hasn't done anything in the postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we talking about?
Right.
Listen, I don't even engage. Not even interested in this one. Because this one doesn't count.
Because every time I send you guys those breakdowns of like the comparison between the two, it's not even close, and you guys never respond.
But
never.
With what?
This doesn't matter. What we're talking about now versus that. Everyone can have an MJ versus LeBron argument or side that they take. This is totally different than that. Totally. And Michael did the same type of things in terms of when he turned it on in the regular season and in the postseason. They both have that way, that flair about them.
I don't remember that. Yeah. I don't remember Jordan picking and choosing when to turn it on. I'm sorry, I just don't remember that.
Of course you don't.
Leon, do you remember that? Mike picking and choosing when to turn it on and off?
I only saw the good games of Mike.
Yeah. When they were on, there were a lot of good ones.
What are you even? Are you trying to say like what about LeBron? Like that last night that he didn't? I don't even understand what the argument is. I think like anytime he comes up, boomers like Matt are just like, oh
First
my
off,
god.
number one, I'm not
He's
a boomer.
not
Number two,
as good as Michael Jordan.
Number two,
like how would you even know? You don't watch.
It's number two. It's the fun argument we have all the time.
But it's not fun.
It is. It's very fun actually.
It will always be an argument. That part's true.
Yeah, of course.
It will always be an argument. But it's just right now, LeBron is in a situation, he's 40 years old, and he's still balling his A off. And so that part I love. And then just trying to figure out the path that they have to go through. They've had at least a little bit of a lighter track. It's going to be tough down the stretch as far as the games that they have coming up before the postseason begins. But they're inching further and further. Before Luka showed up, this team had no shot of even dreaming about contending for a title. Now they do. I'm okay with that.
Absolutely. And everyone was like, well, the Mavs are built better to win now after the trade, with AD and Kyrie. And it's like, or the Lakers are, because they have Luka Doncic.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just all the talk after that trade just looks so stupid. Like anyone who was even giving the Mavs even a little bit of, well, maybe, this. No, it was one of the worst trades of all time, and it's going to look like that forever.
Yeah, and Nico will have to live with that.
I can't believe he went to the game last night.
Yeah. Oh, I think that was insisted upon by somebody. You go show your face.
Yeah, maybe the owner of the Mavs is like, hey, if you want to do this, you got to show up.
You go show your face.
Luka was doing push-ups in front of him in the pregame warm-ups. And now there's a story that came out today that, they were worried about his love of beer and hookah.
Yeah, what's your point?
So, yeah, exactly.
That's a good combination. What's the problem?
All right. 641-1010. Now, that was who lit it up last night, and American Electrical brings it to you because there's no question the Lake Show was lit up last night in L.A., and they can light up your world just as easily. American-electrical.com. You want to begin your career as an electrician, find out all the great opportunities that they have, and they certainly can give you everything, residential or commercial, American-electrical.com. Now, who did not light it up last night? The Florida Gators. Florida Gators were getting just worked. The one chant, work 'em silly Gators. Finally, Mike White gets over, exercises the demon.
Lost to Georgia?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, they were down 26 in the first half.
It was
They came all the way back.
I missed that game because I was watching Mommy get slaughtered by Duke.
This was all happening at about the same time because Miami did not have an answer for Coop and company, and Florida went back and forth. It ended up being an 88-83 final, and it was down to a point with, a minute 30 to go, something like that, and it felt like Florida was going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, and Mike White was going to have to deal with it again, and this is the first time that Georgia's picked off a highly ranked team, a top 5 team in decades, and then first time, of course, he had beaten Florida.
Could this affect your number 1 seed, maybe?
It easily could, but it just depends on what happens down the stretch.
Journey time.
Yeah. Well, what happens because you're going to have the double bye, at least right now, going into the SEC tournament. But when you take a look at the SEC tournament or the SEC standings right now, Auburn 13-1. Now, Florida with that loss, they dropped below Alabama. They were both tied. And you got Tennessee right there, A&M right there, Missouri. Back and forth they go, so they're still probably going to be able to hang on.
I mean, that game means nothing to them. They beat Alabama and beat Texas A&M. They're 1 seed. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what they do in the SEC championship either.
And even though Auburn may drop a game or two here, and you can easily say this now because they're only a 1-loss team in the league, they say no matter what they do, they will not lose a number 1 seed because of their quad 1 wins. Now, it's pretty obvious. If you just start losing, you're going to lose it.
Right, but if you're Florida and you win at Alabama and your big wins are at Alabama, at Auburn, and you have 4 losses after the regular season, you are a 1. Period. End of discussion.
Yeah, you would think, and based on what has happened inside the league.
Right.
Did you know that the league, with as many good teams as they have,
what are they saying now? 12 are going to get in? 13?
Well, if you go right now, let's see here.
Isn't it like 13 of the 16 are going to get in or something like that?
Yeah, but if you look at it,
it's like SEC baseball now.
They're very average. If you look at the entire record of the conference, it's 500. It's not impressive.
How is that?
Not as great as people think.
How is that?
Never mind. It's not impressive. I'm just joking.
How is it just 500 though?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Carl Ravitch actually, was it on a tweet or he acknowledged it? Like it took days later. It took like 2 days though.
He blamed it on. What did he say? Something about travel and
no, he didn't.
He said something about
jet lag.
He blamed it on in the heat of the moment or something. I don't know what it was. He definitely gave himself as an excuse. There's no doubt he did.
Right,
yes.
but the classic example is Florida in the conference is 11-4, and now Georgia with that win is 5-10.
Right,
add them up, they're pretty close to 500. But that's just the way it works. But that was a huge win for Georgia just from a psyche point of view, and then for Florida. This is what it boils down to, is that they probably heard their name called as the number 1 seed, and they had been battled. They came back strong from LSU, and then second straight, they were outside of their own barn. And
who's their next game against? Alabama?
And Georgia played inspired.
They can easily say that.
Yes.
Say that we're overlooking Georgia to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
No, the next
A&M.
A&M and then Alabama.
And game day will actually be at that game.
Right,
yes.
the A&M game.
Yeah. And so as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and. Well, I don't know if I could make it a perfecto or not. We could try it. Okay, let's just try it, JJ.
Go ahead.
Let's see.
Perfecto!
It's never terrible to give our sponsors a little bit of love.
No. You also should have played some mandolin, some Rod Stewart mandolin. This would have been
Yeah, but
perfect.
the ukulele it sets the mood. It really does. It's so good.
And you know what's so funny is now every time you say ukulele, I think of DJ because that's what you call him.
Yeah. Well, I'm calling it the mandolele. Okay. But Pacifico, you can enjoy a delicious Mexican lager found in Baja, imported by surfers for those who live life anchors up, and enjoy one in honor of this question. This is the 6th visit to Gainesville for the Florida Gators in College game day. 10th time for Florida playing in the game day featured game. Okay, so as Florida has hosted this bad boy 6 times, okay, when was the last time they hosted and who were they playing against?
It's got to be Kentucky.
I was just going to say, who else would it be besides Kentucky?
It has to be Kentucky.
But it's probably been a while. And I think I heard it on the Franchi show yesterday, so I'll sit this one out.
All right, good for you. You're so smart.
I'm going to say Kentucky.
At the end, JJ, if you need to get it, okay?
Okay. I don't know who they played. I know what year it was.
I'm going to say, what was the year at or the year of the Final Four run? Not Final Four, the Final 8 run under Mike White. What was that? That was 20. What was that, Joe?
I'm not answering.
17? Is that right? Does that sound right, JJ? 17?
Like I said, I can't answer. I know the year.
Just go for it.
All right, 17.
There you go. There it is. There it is. All right. So, and it's funny because
I almost said 16 too.
Yeah. Is there any other team that they?
No, it has to be
it had to be against Kentucky, but it is the first time since 2017, and that's when they did face Kentucky. And this is kind of interesting, and I didn't realize this, but this is from FloridaGators.com website. That's the land of Chris Harry, and he said with the 6-time hosting, Florida will be among the top 5 most frequent sites for game day.
Wow.
And I never, ever would have expected that.
You know, they didn't really start basketball game day until like 10 or 15 years ago, I feel like.
Yeah, finally they looked around and Reese is like...
Florida will be... Where are they in the list?
It says they'll be among the top 5 most frequent sites for game day. The others are obvious.
Duke, North Carolina,
the others are the Blue
UConn.
Bloods. Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, and Kentucky.
Okay.
The Blue Bloods.
So Florida's in that group in top 5.
That's what it says.
So every time Florida plays Kentucky, basically, there's a game day.
Well, it says the 10th time playing in the game day featured game, and with the 6th as the host, it's among the top 5 most frequent sites.
Wow.
So that means the hosting, not just being in the game. Interesting. So you got...
now, do you know in football who has the most? I have it in front of me. Florida's actually 3rd.
Got to go Buckeye on that.
Yeah, Buckeyes got
Correct.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, C-Bus.
Buckeyes 1, and then probably...
Tuscaloosa.
Hang on, JJ. Alabama 2, yeah.
Tuscaloosa, yeah.
Good call. I'm actually shocked Florida's 3rd.
They had it going for a while.
42 appearances for Florida, but they've only hosted 13 times.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Everybody loves to beat the Gator.
Well, yeah, now that I look at it, all the schools, most of them are on the road. So, like, Ohio State's been on 66 times, but they've only been the home team 25 of those. Alabama's been on 60 times. They've only hosted 19.
Yeah.
Florida's 42, and they've only hosted 13. This one's really crazy. Oklahoma... 41 times they've only hosted 9. I guess that makes sense because their biggest game of the year is at a neutral site.
Yeah, because they do the Red River Shootout. I was going to say it's been 40 years since they've probably been to Norman. But they finally went with the...
game day goes to Florida, Georgia a lot, too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And they finally went... Didn't they go with the Alabama game?
To the Oklahoma? Maybe.
Yeah, they might have.
Maybe.
College game day. We'll sprinkle in a couple of college football notes. They had some meeting yesterday... and they were talking about whether or not they were going to be able to iron out the new format, which, of course, you knew they weren't. And Jim Phillips came out with a very vague quote, and it basically screams to the power that the SEC and the Big Ten still
Right, I told you guys they were going to try. Yeah. It's their leverage. This is their last sliver of leverage that they have. Yeah. And it's not just for the 25 where they can be made whole financially, which is what they want. I told you that was going to happen. They came out and said just that. but they also want 26 and beyond with the new contract. Like they want either financial considerations because the Big Ten and the SEC decide who gets what financially from that playoff. So the 1.2 $2 billion annually that they get annually from that playoff.
Yeah.
The SEC and the Big Ten decide how that thing is
It's classic
shared.
what they've done. They basically said, we're going to give you all that money to the bigs, but we'll make sure that you don't have to be the number one seed. And so that's how they're trying to appease the other half of it.
It's also this, too, is they want more money for the future. There's no doubt. But at the end of the day is the two that really have the power is the SEC and the Big Ten because they can just say, all right, then we're out of here.
Right. They've had it.
We're out of here. We're going to take our ball and go home and take the playoff with us.
Yep. Golf Club of Southampton Wednesday. We say thanks to them. Beautiful weather. You're going to get that golf itch, man. Just write down the number 287 play. Get on the tee sheet. Take a group out. Plan an event, whatever it might be. But they are definitely looking forward to seeing you and the rest of the golfing community in North Florida. We have our 9 after 5, just a few short weeks away, but definitely 287 play. Get on the tee sheet today.
It's the season of sandals and sundresses.
And the Players' Championship.
Listen for 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard updates. Channeled by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Magnified.
And Kingfish Pest Control.
Frank Frangie here for Bono's Pit Barbecue. Can you say Brunswick's Duval? Well, for a limited time only, enjoy a signature Bono's barbecue sandwich paired with your choice of homemade Brunswick stew, savory soup, or smokehouse chili starting at just $11.99. Your choice of a pulled pork, smoked turkey, smoked sausage, char grilled chicken, or brisket sandwich, plus a bowl of hot and delicious stew or chili. You absolutely can't beat that deal. So head to Bono's, your local Bono's. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Mia here. You want to know what I'm so over? Resolutions. You want to know what I am into? The Revolution, hitting the road in a new Toyota from Arlington Toyota. So what do you say? Join the Arlington Toyota Revolution and save big with financing as low as 0% on select new models. Or get up to $8,500 off select new Toyotas. Plus, every new Toyota purchase from Arlington Toyota comes with Arlington's lifetime warranty and 60-day exchange. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295 or at arlingtontoyota.com. Visit arlingtontoyota.com/0% for full details.
Transform your bathroom with stunning shower glass from Sky Glass Solutions in Jacksonville Beach. For a free quote, call 904-608-5151 or visit skyglasssolutions.com.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
These days, we do everything from our phones. That's why JEA's app lets you manage your utility services anytime, anywhere. Whether you want to view your account, pay your bill, sign up for programs, or check the outage map, you can do it all right from the app, when and where it's convenient for you. Because we want to make doing business with us as quick and easy as possible. Download the free JEA app from the App Store today. JEA, your community, your utility.
Join me, Max Fink, as I keep a close eye on everything that happens in Gator Nation.
The Gator Report, polished up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Slacker plumbing.
Yeah, hey, listen, I need a plumber over here right now.
Yeah, well, we don't have any openings for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yep.
I was just changing the shower head and the water line broke and it's flying everywhere.
All right, 1 week.
What if I throw you an extra $100 to come now?
What's the address?
It's 205
Oh, I guess he changed his mind.
If you've got a leak that can't wait a week, call Roland Reese Plumbing and fix your plumbing problems fast. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. They can transform your backyard with fire pits, pergolas, screen enclosures, and outdoor kitchens. And CSS handles the entire project from start to finish. You dream it, they build it. CSSOutdoor.com.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Our next guest is not affiliated with the NFL or Jacksonville Jaguars.
Discussion of injuries is solely based on opinion.
Now, the Bari Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Injury Breakdown.
I'm coming in.
Gio is in the house. He is coming in hot. Dr. George Bari, how you doing, bud?
Good, man.
He is the newly named team doctor for the Jacksonville Sharks, so we're excited about that. Matter of fact, on our Breaking Bones show on Sunday, we'll have a representative from the Jacksonville Sharks.
Coach Gibson's coming by.
Coming in. That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. All right. If you have a sports injury question, 641-1010, hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Got to bring up Shohei Ohtani because he is now facing pitching with spring training. There's all sorts of storylines with guys coming back from injury in Major League Baseball. But I did want to bring up this one. Miami Dolphins, Mike McDaniel up at the NFL Combine talking yesterday. He said that Tyreek Hill underwent surgery to repair ligament damage in his left wrist. And this was put out because he did not have the season he was hoping. And then even after getting a contract, what was it, a couple of off seasons ago, Leon? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
He wanted more money or he wanted out of Miami. Shocking. Anyway, Drew Rosenhaus's agent came out and said that that doctors told him that he needed season-ending surgery and that Hill decided to play through it. So whenever you hear that, played through it, ligament damage, what are you thinking in the left wrist?
Look, I mean, it can be many things, right? I would say probably the two most common that we see is what we call a TFCC tear, a triangular fibrocartilage complex, which is a ligament in the wrist between the ulna and the radius, and that's probably the most common thing I see. And then there's the scapholunate ligament tear that happens.
What?
Scapholunate, right? So that's between the scaphoid and the lunate. So it's called scapholunate. It's between the two bones.
I was going to say gesundheit, man.
Yeah.
So those are probably the two most common. Granted, there's many more in the hand, right? And being vague like that is tough to say. But I would say since those being the two most common, you also have, a side note, the thumb, right? We've seen the UCL in the thumb.
Right.
We've seen that. We call it skier's thumb. We've seen that a couple times from, I forget, a quarterback had it last year, the year before when their hand got caught and they injured that. So those are probably the three most common, if I had to pick three, that will get injured and require surgery. Which one he has, it's tough to say.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're very vague about it. But either way, people come back pretty well from them. There's really no issues. The biggest question is going to be getting your range of motion back and your strength, because the hand likes to get stiff very quickly.
And especially the strength needed to grip that ball when it's coming at you flying. And the other thing I couldn't help but laugh, Leon, and think of you when Drew Rosenhaus basically painted the picture that Tyreek played through it because he was tough, because he's in a contract dispute. He wants more money, and he didn't have the season he was expecting to have last year because Tua was hurt.
Yeah, listen, I got to give Drew, when it comes to, taking care of his clients, he take care of them, especially if they want to get traded to get more money. So, yeah, he's painting the picture. He's painting the picture that this guy, played through it. He's the tough guy or whatever, because ultimately he wants to see if he can move him.
Yeah. All right, 641-1010. You guys got a sports injury question, ache, pain, whatever it might be. Dr. George Bari, fellowship trained under the renowned Dr. James Andrews. You definitely can hit us with one of them. One question that we had last week, thoughts on barefoot or shoes, and an exercise for increasing foot strength.
I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the barefoot shoes and what the studies show. I've never really delved into it. I think increasing foot strength is always good. I have read the small amount of things I have read says that if the barefoot shoes and being barefoot does increase some of the muscles in the foot.
Right.
Now, whether or not there's any statistical difference, I'm not an expert in that.
I saw a dude wearing them at the gym, and it didn't strike me there, because I'm just thinking like when you're walking on the beach or whatever, that's when you're.
Are they just like fitted around your foot and your toes?
It's like wearing a glove, right?
Okay.
Yeah, remember, but all the toes are kind of by
so
themselves.
everybody's like Zola Bud running around out there. Huh?
I don't know what they do for you health-wise.
He's a former Olympian runner who ran
barefoot?
No shoes, barefoot.
Really?
And was very good.
I don't know.
I don't know what they do for you health-wise, but they look atrocious.
They look weird, man. And this dude, I wasn't about to say anything to him in the gym the other day. No
do they
way.
look like Spider-Man-ish?
Yes, sort of.
Yeah. They look like
it's
a
like
rubber
having your
epoxy.
hands on your feet.
Yeah.
What are they called again?
Barefoot shoes.
Matt will get him. Matt loves an ugly shoe.
Why don't you just go grounded?
Where does he get that from? Matt loves
because I was making fun of your shoes earlier today. That's why.
Well, those are the dude shoes.
They are. Matt loves Hey Dudes.
Yeah.
Hey Dudes.
Yeah. Hey Dude shoes are pretty good.
They look comfy.
And for whatever reason, I would wear them. They just kept slipping off.
I like moccasins.
I want shoes.
Gio, you like them?
I want the Skechers slip-ons, but my wife says she'll leave me if I wear them.
Really? Why?
Because
she says people my age shouldn't be wearing them.
Wow.
Doesn't it scream old?
It does.
Yeah.
But I don't want to bend down to tie my shoes anymore. I'm over it.
You want the slip-ons.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do what
It's
you gotta
either
do,
that or
Gio.
you want to be like Brooke Burke. One of the two.
By the way, and if she loves you, she's not going to leave you.
Yeah. Mrs. Dr. Bari probably
Mrs. Dr.
listening
Bari
right
is a very good woman, too. She's not going to leave you, man. No
All
way.
right. So here's another one, just as far as we mentioned the UCL, which you actually mentioned in the thumb. Texter, son is a senior in high school, still can't believe it, tore his UCL. What is he looking at, especially if we have hope of time pitching into college? Are there options on what to do?
So, look, it depends on how it's torn. There's the repair, right? Now they're doing kind of a hybrid model, but there's a repair, and that's about 6-7 months. So that, right? Yeah. And then there's the reconstruction,
which is much longer.
Much longer. You're looking at 12 months minimum. So it depends on what's done, and it depends on how it's torn. So there's a couple variables that have to be answered to that question. If I'm assuming they just tore it, if they're just saying that question in. If it's a repair, you're looking at 6 months, and so you're September, you should be okay by then, in theory. But if it's a reconstruction, you're looking at usually it's at least a year.
All right, so real quick, I want to circle back real quick because I'm looking at these shoes right now.
Oh,
they have no arch.
We knew it was coming.
No, they have no arch. That's what this is, right? They're just flat. So that's what you mean by barefoot.
Yes.
Yes. That can't be comfortable, man.
No, I don't know. Those are from like team moves. I don't know if those are any good.
Now, whose feet are they modeling those behind?
Well, you see what I mean? Like there's no arch in it. It's just literally flat.
Yeah, I got
so
a flat foot. I got the flat foot.
It's just like a barefoot. Yeah,
I got flat feet.
It's just like a regular shoe.
But no, I mean, see, that's the essence of it is you are walking barefoot. There's not going to be an arch with a barefoot shoe.
Don't you just walk barefoot?
Yeah. Right.
Get in the
If you're
grass.
gonna do it,
Just
just go all Zola Bud.
It's called grounding.
Trying to keep them clean or something. I have no idea. Another texter said Zola Bud tripped Mary Decker in the 84 Olympics.
He totally did. There's no doubt about it.
it was 84. That's before I was born. So that's what I don't know.
Yeah. Going back in time, Gio.
Don't say things like that, man. Why would
you
say
are
something
Mr.
like that?
Sketcher after all.
So someone actually tripped the other contestant?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Legendary.
Legendary Olympic moment.
Yeah. Very close to the, what was the lady that said, you know what? I'm going to run the marathon.
New York marathoner?
Yeah, I'm going to start by running a mile. I'm going to take a bus for the next 21, 24 miles, and then I'm going to get off right close to the
It was almost the track and field version of Nancy Kerrigan, except there was no pipe.
There was no tire iron.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Alex Condon came back last night for the Florida Gators, and they're asking low ankle sprain. It was good news that he was able to come back. Anything that they should be worrying about going forward. Once you're out there, at least I would, radio doctor that I am, that you've been cleared.
Yeah, I think we talked about him last week.
Yeah.
So he's been out for a week.
He missed
2 weeks.
2 games. He might have missed 3 games, but at least 2.
Yeah. And we talked about with a low ankle sprain, it can go from a week, go to 4 weeks. But the fact that he's coming out now, it's been, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. Should be okay. Is there a chance that you come back early and rehurt it? Absolutely. That's always a risk. And I'm sure he's going to have that ankle wrapped up and taped up and everything to prevent it. So there is that risk if you come too early. But these guys are going to be doing therapy, get their proprioception back. And I'm sure you would hope at least that they're not going to risk going back before it's time.
Right. All right, let's just wrap up our conversation. NFL Combine going on right now. You went to your sports conference, sports ortho surgeon conference, last week? And these guys medically, they're all getting together trying to basically not just scratch the surface of these players, find out anything they can about potential future.
Yeah,
injuries.
I mean, anytime there's an injury, they MRI. You know, everyone gets an MRI on every body part if there's an issue. And all the docs talk to each other. So they all share the information. But, yeah, I mean, everyone gets critiqued.
Yeah.
And if you get this type of surgery compared to this type of surgery, you get doctor point, right, and et cetera. So, but it's, the medical community there. I mean, I don't go there, but the way that, when they discuss it, they're kind of one big
Leon
fan.
said it was
no, you're interesting. You say critique. I mean, you mean
humiliating.
pulled and tugged and tackled damn near on the table.
Wait, I think it's interesting that they have like a point scale.
Yeah,
for the severe type and severity.
So, like, there was if you get an ACL reconstruction, if you get a hamstring, you get as opposed to a patella tendon, they dock you a point.
So there's like a scale then, like a score of 11 is worse than a score of 8 or whatever. I'm just throwing a number out.
Yeah, because that would help with your overall draft grade.
Right.
And so that has to be part of that system.
Wow.
I don't know the specifics because I don't go, but this is when they discuss it, right?
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. 641-1010. Our last Breaking Bones show is this coming Sunday.
Yes.
So if you guys want to text us with a question, Breaking Bones, we will do it Sunday morning at 7:30. Until August.
I was going to say last or
We're going to take a break. I can't see Joe twice a week. It's a lot.
I get it. I totally get it because
Mrs. Georgeburg's not happy, is she?
He's like, when are you going to bring the coffee? Ever.
Mrs. Dr. Bari.
Yeah, he'd rather see her than me.
Yeah.
But anyway, our last Breaking Bones on Sunday, so we're looking forward to that. 641-1010. Don't forget, you can throw a question our way and we'll get it there, or next week right here on XL Primetime. And you can log on BariOrthopedics.com if you need help from Dr. Gio. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
It's XL Primetime.
1010XL is your home for Jacksonville University basketball.
In their last regular season game, JU jumps to the finish line against Stetson during senior night at Swisher. Dolphins Hatters, tonight at 7 on 1010 a.m.
When it's time for new tires, you can count on Big Chief Tire for quality and value. Frank Franchi here. Their expert team will help you quickly find the right fit, ensuring a safe, comfortable ride. With quality options, fair prices, and quick installation, you'll be back on the road in no time. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today to schedule your appointment and roll into 2025 with great confidence. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. New year, new you. It's late February, and now is not the time to give up. We all set goals for the new year, and more times than not, it revolves around the way we look. So if you're ready to get serious about being the best you, it's time to get serious about Awaken 180 weight loss. It's time to get serious about losing weight the right way and getting into the best shape of your life safely. No guesswork, no trial and error, and no medication side effects. I'm proof. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180. Hacker lost more than 100, and you can lose whatever you want. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely. It's a clear path to success without disappointment. Reach your goals with Awaken 180 weight loss and become a new you. Trust me, it was simple. A word you never hear used with weight loss programs unless you're referring to Awaken 180. Choose the simple, clear path to success with the solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 Weight Loss at awaken180weightloss.com.
An ACL tear can be a devastating injury with prolonged pain and rehabilitation. Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari. I'm a sports medicine orthopedic surgeon who grew up right here in Jacksonville and then went on to train with the world-renowned Dr. James Andrews. At Bari Orthopedics, we use the most current techniques to get you back on the field with less pain and quicker rehabilitation. We treat all types of sports injuries with the newest techniques available. Please call us for consultation or visit BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Did you know your pup could take 30,000 to 60,000 steps a day at Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard? That's a whole lot of tail wagging fun with their best furry friends. At Dogtopia, they turn playtime into exercise, learning, and socialization in their off-leash, open play environment. Dogs build confidence, reduce anxiety, and stay happy and healthy, all while having the time of their lives. Visit Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard today.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
Staying Alive, one night of the Bee Gees comes to Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts March 6th. A tribute like you've never seen before. Staying Alive features the songs and sights of a full Bee Gees playlist, performed live. Experience Night Fever, More Than a Woman, How Deep Is Your Love, and more live on stage. Staying Alive, one night of the Bee Gees, March 6th at Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts. Tickets at fscjartistseries.org.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 26, 1987, Chicago Bulls Michael Jordan scored 58 points in a regular season game, breaking the Bulls' record for most points scored in one game.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is this: a little concerning. Earlier in the show, when we talked about the uncertainty and the carnage that's going to happen in front of us at the 5th pick, and Matt Hayes said, Travis Hunter is there, we're going to take him. Or if Abdul Carter is there, we're going to take him. No.
You just showed me Abdul Carter in that video.
No, I showed you. Well, yeah, that was a pretty good film of Michael Parson trying to. Well, we were watching the film of Michael Parson trying to move a sumo wrestler, and Matt was talking about how big Michael Parson was.
He looks giant.
He looks giant.
Giant.
Yeah, he's a big dude
compared to the
No, I mean in general, he looks giant. Like
Yeah.
he's going to be a dude in the NFL.
Yeah, and the sumo wrestler did not.
Sumo wrestler did not move.
Didn't move at all.
How much was how much do you think he weighed?
The sumo wrestler probably made
4 clicks.
Well, they say
Not that one.
they would say it was comparable to an offensive lineman. And they were saying he was
330.
Yeah,
No, he was a little more than 330.
Nah, he was about 3. He was about.
Think?
About 350. The sumo wrestler.
Closer to 4 clicks. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
He didn't move him. Like literally didn't move him.
Yeah.
But that's also head to head. There's no moves involved. You're going right at him, bang.
Yeah, true.
Seeing if you can move him.
That's a different animal right there. That's sumo.
Yeah, those guys, their hamstrings are like concrete. Right?
I love to say that my buddy Spanky's nailed to the ground. Sumo wrestlers nailed to the ground.
They are.
Okay,
They
they
are.
really are. You ain't moving them.
Yeah,
They're all about leverage.
And what's even more impressive that he was barefoot while he had shoes on trying to run them over. The sumo wrestler may have moved about 3 inches, and then he couldn't
Plus,
push
the sumo guys with their feet, they know how to dig in.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Nailed to the ground, man.
Speaking of like the sneaker feet, they know how to dig in like that.
Oh yeah. It's their
What do they
craft.
call him? Yokozuna? Yeah, Yokozuna.
Yeah.
That's like
Is that what it
the champion, the elite sumos. They call him Yokozuna.
Interesting.
Have you guys never heard that?
No,
oh,
I haven't.
Man.
But
Yeah.
I'm
We're
fine
learning.
with it.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
Here on
fine with
XL
it.
Primetime. Take away.
All right, my takeaway is I like the fact that they look aligned. So what I started the show with, and I believe that's I'm starting to be a little July Joe, and I'm getting a little nervous about it. They look aligned.
Something good's got to happen to this place
Yeah, I
sooner
know.
or later.
And if the GM and the coach are aligned, and the first words out of each mouth is, "Look, we got to be able to protect for our quarterback." I like that.
Well, they're going back.
It's the old Burt Reynolds line from the original longest yard.
Mm-hmm.
Protect your quarterback.
Yeah,
that's me.
Yeah. And I don't blame him for asking for that either, because if it's me, then I want protection as much as I can possibly get. But the other part of it is that when you just think of the way this thing is starting, it is kind of, if it comes true, it's still kind of old school. It's win up front and run the ball. That is what it is. And because if you can win up front and run the ball, you can do a lot of other things. Other things play off of that success, because if you can dominate the line of scrimmage, at least hold your own at the very least, own the clock a little bit more, move the chains a little bit more, score a little bit more, then all of a sudden everything just turns on a dime for you. And so that's it. That is old school in a lot of ways.
90s. That's 90s football.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Big offensive line, big defensive tackles, run game.
Yeah.
Quarterback play action off the run game. Take your shots down the field.
Now, it's funny when I read the quote from Mason Graham that he had the interview with the Jaguars, and when he was at the podium session, he says, yeah, I've met with the Jaguars, great organization, obviously a new staff, new GM, good meeting with those guys, thought the meeting went well. And he does have at least one connection with the Jags. Linebackers coach Kevin Wilkins was on the Michigan staff for the 2024 season. And so there's at least some knowledge from within about him. But he had good things to say. They're all going to say good things about every organization, of course. But at the same time, he's the guy that they will be studying hard and trying to figure out whether or not they're going to go in that direction. And we can talk about those players that are at the top, and I'll just repeat the Mel Kiper 2.0 that he banged out yesterday, is that you're looking at guys that are going to be coming from a bunch of different skill sets. You've got 2 quarterbacks. You've got a multifaceted star in Travis Hunter that some feel like he's destined to be a star in the receiving game. Others say, hey, you better put him on one side of your defense as a corner. I don't know whether he'd be a lockdown or an island guy, but a lot of people are looking at him on the defensive side. And then you've got the premier pass rusher in Abdul, the interior defensive lineman in Mason Graham, and then one big lineman. And everyone's trying to sort out what's the most important and which of those individuals are the best at their craft.
Okay, but now look at it this way, okay? If Travis Hunter fell to you, he'd be the best corner on your team. if Mason Graham fell to you, he'd be the best interior defensive lineman on your team.
I'll agree with one of them.
If Abdul Carter fell to you, I don't know if I'd go as far as saying he'd be the best pass rusher on your team.
Yeah.
But he'd significantly upgraded, I'll tell you that. It may be your best pass rusher within 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Travis Hunter really does excite me, but I'm still not even – I need to see him do it on an NFL field against NFL speed and everything like that, because as much as we've kind of – did
Derek Stingley excite you in college football when he played and was a true elite corner?
But I'll say the same thing about Sauce. Sauce excited me, but Sauce hasn't, from a physical standpoint, hasn't necessarily met the bell.
Sauce doesn't like to get his nose in there.
Right. He hadn't met the bell over a 2-year period. So we've gotten to see him for 2 full seasons to get that sample size. It's different when you take that step up in class.
I think you're being an SEC snob a little
Maybe.
bit. A little bit.
I do too. I think he's a really good player.
Yeah.
I think you can tell he's going to be a really good player.
Like I keep looking at Travis Hunter, and I'm, as much as we are saying you've got to make sure you reinforce your lines of scrimmage, this whole Travis Hunter thing excites the heck out of me. So
the way he breaks on the ball, no one in their secondary right now breaks on the ball.
No,
like
he
does.
looks so instinctive and uber talented with his hands, with the decisions that he makes. So there's a lot to like about this cat.
Yeah, there is a lot to like about it. I mean, he's almost a guy that's too good to pass on. But all this talking in the offseason about building the line of scrimmages, winning the line of scrimmages, and then we're going to go draft Travis Hunter. Come on now, that'd be disappointing.
It's hard, bro. It's hard to pass that
That's
up.
what I'm saying. I'm saying, listen, if they amidst all the carnage that may be going in front of us in the draft between the first 4 picks, if Travis Hunter falls to us, we got to stick to our guns.
And is there any question that he would be used incorrectly here? I mean, come on.
Believe me, I can only hope.
Wait, no. This is supposed to be new and fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
I can only hope.
The new car smell.
I know. Why would JJ say that? Because now I'm starting to get a little
he's insinuating the funk is not left the building. That's what he's insinuating.
I want
still a little funk.
They'll stick him at receiver and make him a slot receiver or something.
Yeah, I want him more really on the defensive side and then be that dynamic dude.
Yeah.
When he comes on into the offensive huddle, you're like, oh my gosh, man, what is he going to do? And it would change the game, but you just can't overuse him. You can't basically.
He's not playing 100 plays.
Not at this level. All right, so here's a texter. If Travis Hunter is available and we do not pick him, 50% of my gigantic excitement from this offseason will go the wayside. And I get it. I totally get it.
He's not going to be there, so don't worry about this scenario.
Yeah.
He's not going to be there.
He might.
No way.
He might. Especially
now, you might have I think you might have a choice between like Mason Graham and Will Campbell.
But
you might have that one.
Okay, but let me give you this scenario, and this is what happens if there are 3 teams at the top that all need quarterbacks, and at least one other just outside the top 5 that needs a quarterback, and there are 2 quote best in class available, then 2 of your first 5 slots have been taken up by throwers. And then what do you have?
I'm thinking,
a tackle, an interior defensive lineman, a pass rusher, and a phenom.
It could go quarterback, corner. Will Johnson could go before Travis Hunter.
Good.
And then LSU
more than likely will go before him.
Exactly. So then Campbell could go. The next thing you know, we're sitting at 5 and Trevor Horner hasn't been picked. That could happen.
Yeah, it could.
You guys are out of your mind if you think Travis Hunter's.
Hey, listen, we can dream, Matt Hayes. We can dream. You dream killer.
Yeah.
Come on. We got until April to dream this stuff up.
You know who else loves to dream? This guy.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
I always love it when there's joy in Whoville, and I feel that is the case right now. Now, the embedded and shredded is a guy who likes to, he enjoys the joy. Do you not, Hayes Carline? You enjoy the joy.
I love joy. I'm definitely pro-joy.
And so
we need more of it in the coming years here in Jacksonville.
It's the truth. So are you a dreamer in what we were just getting into, that Travis Hunter, if that was your dude, potentially could fall to 5?
Oh, if Travis Hunter's there at 5, you do cartwheels up to the podium to turn the card in. I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, he's too good to
to pass. And they do have a chasm at cornerback, too, that they would be filling. And then, obviously, in the second, 2 picks in the third, that's where you can address the trenches. So, yeah, I don't think Travis Hunter is going to be there at 5. I know we've seen some mocks where he falls, but I'd be stunned if he's on the board at 5. But if he is on the board at 5, I think that's about the easiest decision that this front office will have.
So that would bring you joy then, seeing him there at 5.
Oh, absolutely. But I do think it is a dream and a lofty one that he'll be there at 5.
I just scenarioed it out just for one quick second that there are 3 teams that need quarterbacks in the first 3 spots. You have Vegas outside picking at 7? Is it 6 or 7 that needs a quarterback?
Yeah.
And so the potential of 2 quarterbacks going before Jacksonville picks is real. If Vegas wants to trade in there, or one of those 3 take one of those 2, then you're down.
I still think Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter would be the 2, though.
Right.
I get your point.
Yeah.
If it's Ward and Sanders go in the top 4, I think Carter and Hunter off the board.
Yeah.
And you're looking at, Mason Graham,
and Will Campbell.
Tedro McMillan, Will Campbell, that group.
We had Tet, one of the guys that has been winning over the hearts of many. McMillan, as far as
he's a great player. I mean, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And again, you could then come back in second and third round, and we'll see what they do in free agency. But yeah, there's not like one path that they have to take here. I think the most likely pick is Mason Graham, but who actually talked today here at the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis with reporters. So we'll certainly break all that down. So that's who I think it most likely will be. But I don't think it's etched in stone that that's what they have to do if he's on the board.
Did he look good on the hoof, Carline? Mason Graham.
Yeah, I mean, he, again, and I'll give him credit. I mean, he was asked a lot about the traits and things like that because, obviously he doesn't have the ideal, top 5 athletic traits in terms of wingspan and things like that. And he was like, just put on the Ohio State film. That's what I would say to that. And so he came across very confidently. And yeah, he's got a wrestling background. He just knows how to play. I mean, he's got fantastic instincts. And, again, if that's the direction that they go, I think it would make a lot of sense to fortify that interior defensive front and hopefully allow Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker to have a little bit more of a clear path around the edge. And if the quarterback steps up, the quarterback is sacked.
Well, Hammer and Hayes, I want you to hammer away at this topic over the next couple of hours, okay?
Yes, we will. We've got a great Frangie show coming up. So Pete Prisco is going to join us right at 4 o'clock, right when we start. Frank also caught up with Bucky Brooks, so we'll certainly look forward to that. And Jaguars Executive Vice President of Football Operations, Tony Baselli, sat down with Frank. You guys heard that on Helmets and Heels. We will replay that at 5 o'clock, so a lot of great stuff coming up on the Frangie show.
All right, my brother, we'll be listening. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Hayes, France, JJ, they got it all.
How many times will we hear on the hoof over the next 2 months?
Plenty. I just like to look for good bubbles and where are you at with your trunk, that type of stuff. We will do our dramatic readings of draft profiles when we get closer, but that's reserved for April. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves.
It's not reserved for April. It's now, baby.
We're not going to get ahead of ourselves, okay? We need pro days to take place before we start the dramatic readings of the draft profile. All right, we're done. Golf Club of Southampton, thanks to them. We appreciate them as always. Anytime you do want to go out, check out their membership opportunities, the great practice facility. Just go play golf. You can call 287-PLAY and check out the Golf Club of Southampton, soon to be rolling with the 9 after 5, a week after the Players. We are out of here. Big Leon Searcy, Matty Hayes, Joe C, and JJ. You got the Francis Show from Indy coming up.
Everyone wants to doubt Jacksonville. Never doubt Jacksonville.
With that,